no hesitation. Don't try my patience. I'ma pour out one for the set, boy, till there's nothing left. On a run to the bed until we all got them baguettes. Hear them footsteps coming, cause we coming for the check. We ain't gon' run, no we don't hide. I can never switch, not a day in my life. Now it's my dogs, they by my side. Yeah, we gon' ride till we die, die, die. We ain't gon' run, no we don't hide. I can never switch, not a day in my life. As long as my dogs, they by my side. Yeah, we gon' ride till we die, die, die.
Coach, it's the NFL on EA Sports, and there you get a look at Paul Brown Stadium on the banks of the Ohio River in Cincinnati. This crowd loves their orange and black. The scene just a short time ago, they were in full roar as their guys burst out of the locker room. We're ready for football as the Bengals get set to do battle with the New York Jets. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line.
Hands up, 3-18. Watch two. Let's pick it up. It's out of time, guys. Out of time. Let's get off the field. Let's get off the field.
They go play action here on first down. Oh, he's going to air it out right away. He rifles one that's intercepted. Marcus May with a pick. And they are going to set up shop at the 32-yard line. Boy, an aggressive play call to start this game. It backfired, but aggressive, no question about that.
Is that one of those statement calls? Trying to let you know that they're going to be aggressive right out of the gate. But that one hung up just a little bit too long. He made a nice play on the ball defensively and was able to pick it off.
From the 32 now, here's 1st and 10. Now the first carry for Ty Montgomery. And he'll be limited to a short gain up to about the 34-yard line. Give him a couple on the carry there, 2nd and 8.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, this big defensive lineman will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
Throwing on 2nd and 8. Darnold. Newton's got it. Complete. That throw good for only a couple. It brings up 3rd down.
One thing you're hoping for when you run drag routes, you're able to hit a receiver in stride, and he can pick up a lot of yardage after the catch. But in this situation, the defense was effective, able to stop him before he could get a good head of steam going.
Found his target. It's Anderson. 14 yards is the pickup there at a Jet first down. He was the leading receiver for the Jets a season ago. Robbie Anderson, 50 catches, over 750 yards, and getting more and more comfortable with Sam Darnold. Now a year plus under their belts collectively. You'd figure that those numbers for Anderson might be trending further north. And they're going to stop him right at the line of scrimmage. Just no cutback lane to be found whatsoever. 2nd and 10.
2nd and 10 at their 49-yard line.
So after the run for no gain, here's 2nd and 10.
64,
To throw is Darnold. Open man is Robbie Anderson. There he goes, right side. And all the way in. Touchdown, New York. Robbie Anderson. His 2nd touchdown on the season as his guys are able to strike first here in this opening quarter. As a former DB, you might not like to see that, but from a wide receiver's perspective, those are the plays they dream of.
Correct on both counts, all right? Because once he took off, I mean, let's face it, that should have been done in Big Sky country. Aren't any speed limits out there? and off he went. Glad I wasn't the one trying to chase him.
The Bengals take over
Play
first
to
and
win.
10
Let's
at their
go.
own 25-yard line.
The Cincy offense about ready to go here on their next drive. Not the start that they were hoping for. The interception on the first play of the game. It leads to 6 points the other way. How do you rebound from here?
Yeah, a little bit of humor. Got to laugh that one off, and not the ha-ha, that was very funny, but kind of like, can you believe that just happened? Let's go out and play now. Let's just start over.
Here's 2nd and 7 now from the 28. Dalton. His throw incomplete. He was looking for his favorite target, A.J. Green, that time. And it's 3rd down. And this pass defense, they were sensational in the win last week, and they're looking good here so far in this first quarter.
You know, we often talk about how offenses get locked in, and that runs over multiple games where they're really, in that zone. Defenses can be the exact same way, and I think we're seeing an example of it here.
Catch number 40 for him on the year. It's a 1st down.
I think it all came together there. In-breaking route, drove it with excellent pace. Money throw right there to move the sticks.
Now Dalton with a 1st and 10. They'll set up the screen here to Mixon. And he'll go down, but not before getting this inside the 30. It'll go as an impressive 31-yard gain.
Tell you what, partner, you get the football in his hands, just give him a little bit of open space. As we just saw, he can make you pay.
And he wasn't the top option there, but check down turned into 1st down and then some. Here's a run on 1st down that doesn't accomplish anything. In fact, he's going to be tackled behind the line for a loss of 1. Maybe just a slight detour on what's been a strong drive. Here's 2nd and 11.
52-93, 44.
Dalton here from the gun. He finds his running back, Mixon. No gain on that one, and it's going to bring up a 3rd down.
Well, the stats that matter on this play don't help a team very much unless, of course, you're playing defense.
If you're getting points per reception, you got a reception, but no yardage. Great job by the defense, though. They read through that one.
They read through it, gave up no yardage, and people got credit for tackles. Pretty good deal.
They wound up getting nothing out of that 2nd down completion, so now here's 3rd and 10. Now hold everything here. We're going to get a timeout by the offense. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this first quarter.
Hey, Haywood! Here we go, 368!
Watch 2. Coming, baby. I'm coming, baby. Woo! Mike 2. Mike 2.
Hey, Zoo! Hands up!
3rd down, a shot here for Dalton. Looking for Green, and it's intercepted. Picked off at the 12. And this one will be brought back to the 22. No doubt, a very disappointing end to what was a pretty strong opening drive.
They had 3 points in their back pocket. It was there for them. If you don't like what you see, just throw it away. Make sure you get those points on the board. Don't get too greedy. He forced it there. You saw the end result.
A first carry for Trenton Cannon. It's a 7-yard carry to set them up with a 2nd and 3. The success there, Charles, coming on the outside of the field, the ground game. Curious to see if that continues as we progress.
Yeah, we often talk about a variety in play calling and usually between run and pass. But in this case, with strictly the run game, you can be creative there as well. Run it inside, run it outside, keep the defense off balance.
And there is nowhere for him to cut back as he's taken down in the backfield.
Ultimately, that did not work out for the offense, but they have to feel pretty good about the play overall. They were so close to having that thing pop for the yardage they needed, but instead, they actually lost yardage on that one.
From the gun on 3rd down, here's Darnold. He finds his target, it's Crowder. And he'll be taken down as that will take us to the end of the first quarter of play. After one, 7-0 on EA Sports. Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10. Darnold from the gun. Rush coming, and he's taken down.
How about that? One of the so-called little guys putting the pressure on. That was the strong safety. When I was in college, we often called that a lightning blitz.
After the sack, it's 2nd and 19, and the road gets a bit tougher from here. On 2nd down, this is Cannon, and that didn't fool anybody. He's going to be dropped in the backfield. It'll go as a loss of a yard, and it'll set up 3rd down.
Well, it didn't appear to be a run blitz. He just darted in once he saw the run develop. That appeared to be a case of see ball, get ball.
Need something from deep in the bag of tricks here after 1st and 2nd down went backwards. It's 3rd and very long. The shotgun snap for Darnold. Into double coverage, and it's intercepted. Picked off at the 46, and they will set up shop at their own 46-yard line. CD, I know it's just his 2nd year in the league as a quarterback, but that's going to be one when he flips on the tape, he's like, I shouldn't have thrown that ball.
No doubt about it, and his coaching staff will be emphatic about he shouldn't have thrown that ball. But remember, 2nd year, as you noted, on-the-job training, so he's got to take this feedback that he's getting, negative or otherwise, and turn it into positives moving forward.
So the opening play of the drive goes backwards. Now they'll come up on 2nd and 12. Here's Dalton. Under a heavy rush, and down he goes. Jamal Adams on the safety blitz, too fast to handle.
And that's their first sack of this game, but how about last week? 6 sacks, great coverage downfield, which helped that pass rush. They are really working in sync right now.
So the sack, and now it's 3rd and long for Dalton and the Bengals. Out of the gun, it's Dalton. Escaping the pressure right. And he's going to go down again. Sacked there by Avery Williamson, the linebacker.
Brandon, what I remember most about playing with guys who knew how to rush the passer, they would just tell you, just cover people for me, just long enough for me to get there. And that's exactly what happened on that play.
Crowder now to return. 21 yards. Well done on the return. And the Jets will take over 1st and 10.
At their own 47-yard line.
Jets offense coming up now to start their next drive. A tale of two extremes already in this game. A touchdown pass on their opening drive followed by an interception last time out.
Now, it sounds like things balance out, right? What's that mythological thing?
Under pressure now, Darnold, and he goes down. Geno Atkins make that now 8 sacks for him on the season.
Well, so much for setting the tone of the drive offensively. Giving up a big sack that loses that kind of yardage, not a great start.
Well, they're in some hot water now. After that sack, it's 2nd and 21. And the pass complete to Enunwa. That catch good for 5. It's 3rd down.
The goal for any offense versus his own defense, find the holes where guys are available and put the ball on the receiver before any defender can step up and fill it.
They did it well there. Perfectly executed crossing route. 3rd and long, it's Darnold. And he's got it complete to Anderson. And he gets this to the other side of midfield across the 45 before going out. It'll be a pickup of 14, but they're still a little bit short as it brings up 4th. 2 minutes on the clock, 2nd quarter, 7-0 ball game. A reminder, once we hit halftime, as we do all season, we'll send it down to Jonathan Coachman in Orlando. He'll have all the stats and scores from games in progress around the NFL.
The best multitasker in the business, the coach.
Finds his target, Montgomery. And he gets this inside the 35-yard line. It'll go as a gain of 11 and a Jets 1st down. Darnold now, after the pick on the last drive, 3 for 3 to start this drive. It's 1st and 10. Here's Darnold on the screen. This is Cannon. And this will leave him a yard short. Nice pickup of 9 yards on 1st down.
A gain of 9 brings
Well, this is how you shake the thoughts of that interception on the last drive. You come out and start this one 4 for 4.
And watching him throw it around with that type of confidence reminds me of a guy I played with way back when who told me, I don't care if I throw 10 interceptions in a row, I'm going to stay confident, keep flinging it. I just figured there's something wrong with the football.
Looking to throw again on second down. Darnold. Herndon's got it complete. And he's able to get it to the edge of the red zone at the 20-yard line. A gain of 5, good enough for the first down.
First down, New York.
That's a staple of this offense. Drag route to the tight end.
Yeah, he's unable to use his size to break off much more yardage after the catch, but still an effective gain nonetheless.
He'll leave it for Montgomery complete. The Jets are going to use the first of their timeouts, as the clock will stop with 37 seconds to play in this first half. 6 yards was the pickup on the last completion, so here's 2nd and 4. Darnold. And now he's going to use his legs. It's just a gain of a couple there on the scramble, and now it's 3rd down. They're trying to keep the drive going. This will be play number 8. It's 3rd and 2. Darnold now to throw. They'll set up the screen to Montgomery. And they'll go backwards here, losing yardage to the 14. Call it a loss of 2 on the play. And that's going to bring up a 4th down. And with just 1 second remaining in the first half, they'll call the timeout. So with 1 second left in the half, on is the field goal unit. And they're going to take a timeout defensively. So with 4th down coming up, they go ahead and burn it and say we'll see what happens. And Forbath will put this one through. So we have reached halftime with our score 10-0 as we send you down to Orlando, where Jonathan Coachman has our EA Sports halftime report. Coach. And the Jets set to receive this 3rd quarter kickoff, and they have the lead as well as we are underway in the second half.
Let's go!
Jets offense coming up now to start their next drive. They built a good first half lead. Now they have a chance to add on to it.
And what I'm thinking is that the offensive staff spent the entire halftime just working with them on, here's what we think they're going to do to attack us in the second half. Nice first half that we've had, guys, but be prepared for some change-ups. We're going to see them when we kick it off in the second half.
See how they handle any adjustments that might be made defensively. 2nd and 12 after the first down pass play went backwards for 2 yards. Back to throw, Darnold. And he fires one that's intercepted. Picked off by the Alabama man, Dre Kirkpatrick. And the return will stop right around the 25. First possession of the 3rd quarter, an interception, so maybe a second half tone setter.
Indeed, and not the tone they wanted to set. That's the equivalent of running out the wrong door and running into your pool instead of running out onto the field. A real dud for that one.
Has that happened to you before?
No, but I've heard stories about teams actually doing that back in the good old days.
Mike 2, Mike 2. Watch QB drop. Watch QB drop. Choose the mic.
Let him go. Can. Hey, help.
They'll try to get the run game going. This is Mixon. Yeah, boy, this defense again really making things tough on him as they stop him for no gain. No gain on the play. It'll be 2nd down.
Brings up 2nd and 10 at the Jets' 25-yard line.
Officially nothing on that last run. They'll try again 2nd and 10.
Hey, Charlie.
2, Mike 2. Choose the mic.
Hey, we got to get help.
From the gun, Dalton looks to throw. Letting one go deep for the end zone. And this is going to wind up incomplete. The coverage there too strong on the deep ball, and now they face a 3rd down. It's been this way most of the afternoon, hasn't it? This secondary, they really put this receiving core on lockdown.
Listen, they've worked together like a basketball team that's playing excellent defense. Great communication, doesn't matter whether it's man or zone, and especially against deep balls, as we saw there, they're not giving up anything to them.
Now they set up the screen. That's complete. And he'll maybe get back to the line of scrimmage, but no more than that. Good contain, no gain on the screen, and it'll bring up 4th down. And Bullock missed it. No good. Wide to the right, and this score will stay right where it is. Well, close game, second half. You obviously hate to leave 3 out on the field.
Especially in a game like this when you know points are hard to come by. That was one of their best opportunities so far, and they come away with nothing.
They'll start on the ground with Cannon. And he'll scratch out only about a yard up to the 32.
Well, we saw him there trying to get it to the outside, trying to get to the perimeter, but not a whole lot of room there. But there's got to be one positive to that. If you keep moving laterally, creases tend to develop as the game moves on, and they can run it back inside later.
On 2nd and 9, Darnold. And his throw is incomplete. Robbie Anderson, the man he was looking for, and it's 3rd down. How about the defensive effort from both of these teams that we've seen in this game?
Would you say it's like a high-stakes chess match right now?
Chess is one way to go. Yeah, I like it.
Okay, the only reason I say that, you feel like they're contemplating their moves before actually making one, and none of them being done very confidently.
Truth be told, I've never played chess, and I know that I'm not smart enough to play chess. Guys like you with your IQ, you can pull that off. And he's got a noon one. It'll be a pickup of 16 and a Jet first down. Darnold now 13 of 16 throwing the football. It's 1st and 10. Out of the shotgun, here's Darnold. Dancing to his left. And he can't find anywhere to go with it, and he goes down.
I think normally we would talk about this more with basketball players and football players, but let's adopt it in this case. He's a stat sheet stuffer.
Had the interception earlier, now a sack. What, he just needs a touchdown for the trifecta.
That's about all he needs, and he's going to go for it.
To try again after the sack. Darnold. This one caught by Crowder. And he's able to get this to the 40-yard line before he's out of bounds. It'll be a pickup of 16 and a Jet first down. Darnold now 5 straight completions here in this second half. 1st and 10.
General West.
57.
Now Darnold. He'll let this go for the end zone. That is caught by Anderson for a Jets touchdown. Robbie Anderson, his 2nd touchdown of the game, his 3rd on the year. And the Jets will extend their lead. Forbath able to convert the extra point, and that makes our score 17-0. Now after the touchdown, it's Lachlan Edwards to kick it away. This will be taken in at the 1. And he will be marked down right there at the 20-yard line. The Bengals drive about to get going. And the last time that they were on the field, a little demoralizing. Missed field goal. You always feel like you want to get it in the end zone, but then, oh, well, at least we're going to get 3. Didn't go through the goalpost, so.
It does test the mental processes of a team, though, doesn't it? Because when you miss a field goal, it's amazing how fast they want to turn on the guy kicking the ball. But you need to keep his confidence up, because how many times have we seen games where it comes down to the stretch? And guess what? You need that guy to make the big kick for your team to move on or to win a game. Make sure you keep him happy. Make sure you keep him comfortable.
I'm sure you always treated the kicker nicely, though, right?
You know, truthfully, I did.
Good.
I always did, because those guys, they won us a whole lot of games.
This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on 3rd down. Operating from the gun, Dalton. He's got a man, and that's Alex Erickson. And he'll be corralled right around the 34. 12 yards that time, and a Cincinnati first down. Now the first carry for Giovanni Bernard. Avery Williamson there to make the stop.
Well, we just saw a great example of what we talked about with his coach prior to the game. He's definitely one of the better linebackers at reading a play and flowing to make the stop before it turns into something big.
From the 36, Dalton got a man open. It's Ross. And he'll be brought down right at the 45-yard line. Back now in Cincinnati. It's the Bengals. They've got the football, but they trail here as we get rolling in quarter number 4. Now Dalton dumps it off to Mixon. And he'll be brought down at the 48-yard line. Facing a 2nd and 2 after that last catch, good for 8 yards. They go back to the ground now with Mixon. And they'll get this just to the 47, 1-yard gain. Another carry, same story. 4th quarter, and he is in red numbers right now with a running game.
Hard to believe because you figure at some point you break off a run. But in this case, what we're seeing is just pure domination by the defense. I think it started with the scouting report. They got into what they were doing offensively, into their...
He's got it with the 15. And all the way inside the 15 before they drop him. Well, they only needed a small gain on 3rd down. They end up getting over 30 yards. So Dalton now, buying time to his left. And this is intercepted, but they'll say out of bounds. Oh, very close to a turnover there in the end zone. Just nothing there again. He's been sacked multiple times. We've seen the interceptions, of course. He's really been through the ringer, hasn't he?
And what we've seen is a defense that's well coordinated. The front and the back really in sync. The front putting on the pressure, the backside being ball hawks and picking passes off.
4 yards on the completion, and it sets up a 3rd down. To throw on 3rd down, Dalton. And that is caught. He's got it for a Bengal touchdown. Auden Tate, his 2nd touchdown on the season. And the Bengals are able to draw a bit closer. So now Dalton will lead the Bengals to the line as they'll come up and go for 2.
6 guard, check 6 guard.
And it'll be Dalton again. And that's going to be intercepted. Jamal Adams with it, the all-pro safety.
Well, as most teams do in their 2-point attempt, they pass the ball. Instead, it gets intercepted. And remember, if you pick it off, you get a chance to take it all the way back, get 2 points yourself, right?
Yeah, not the case there, but that's why you got to be really careful with those throws, especially to the outside. This will be taken very short. And he's going to go out of bounds on the return. He won't even get this thing back to the 10-yard line. Jets offense coming up now to start their next drive. Now, there are 2 scores on the plus side. Still time here in this 4th quarter, but maybe you start thinking about playing keep away?
Yeah, I think here's the situation. You're not...
Accelerating, and off he goes. He's at the 40, 20, 10, and all the way in. Touchdown, New York. Trenton Cannon. 92 yards. And the Jets will extend their lead. So their backs were against the wall, deep back in their own territory, and they run it all the way down into the end zone.
That takes a lot of coordination for an offensive team, doesn't it? Because, let's face it, it's really not a surprise that they're going to run the ball in that situation. Backed up that close to their own end zone, usually do call running plays, trying to be safe. Instead, it turns into an electrical run, a bolt for your team, and off he goes to the races.
The Cincy offense about ready to go here on their next drive. On 1st and 10, here's Andy Dalton. And he's going to be intercepted a 3rd time. Picked off by the linebacker, Avery Williamson. He had his eyes on the end zone. He got close. At least he set the offense up nicely, but he's probably mad he didn't take that one to pay dirt.
I agree with you, and you know he's going to get teased because he didn't get it all the way into the end zone. But if they don't score now, if they don't get a touchdown, he won't just get teased. They'll be glaring at him. How'd you not score?
They'll try and run for it on 1st and goal. And he is in. Touchdown, New York. Trenton Cannon, his 2nd touchdown of the afternoon. And the Jets capitalize on the short field as they take it in for 6. Forbath, the extra point, and the decision to just kick the extra point winds up successful. Now after the touchdown, it's Lachlan Edwards to kick it away. This will be fielded on the back line of the end zone. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. The Bengals drive about to get going. And last time wasn't pretty. One play and an interception. We'll see if they can do better.
I want to see if they want to go ahead and throw the ball again now on this drive after what happened on the last one. Throw it on the first play. Give the quarterback